Hey guys, it's Wendy here with Wendy's Plans, and today I am doing, I think this is the fourth episode of Functional Planning with a Twist. And guys, this week I decided last minute to color block or time block my day and see what happens. So that's what I have been doing this week. As you can see, it's very minimal planning. I just did a little bit of washi down at the bottom. And then I bought these. I think I've already showed these on a haul video, but these are, it's the pastel zebra mild liners. I don't know if they have a color. I don't know if they have like a grouping of colors that this is called, but I really liked these colors. Now, I saw these on Carrie Walker's video. I love her journaling videos. And I saw this group. She compared these to some markers that were very similar cap colors. And there were a couple of colors that were just like in other kits, but some of the colors were a little bit more pastel. And so that is the reason I decided to get this set. Now, I'm going to tell you kind of what I did this week, but the first thing I want to show you is I have already started in my new planners. I know that sounds crazy. I've not started planning or anything, guys. I'm going to show you what I have been working on because it is part of functional planning. And we'll go over that information. So we're going to do this one. Let me look at this. Okay. So I have done some lists in here. Guys, I have been doing so much um, stuff, really getting ready. Number one, getting ready for setting up my planners for next year because I want to be very intentional next year on how I'm planning and what I'm doing. So, as you know, I made a master list and I don't have my notebook here. I've had several appointments this week. I'm going to be honest with you guys and tell you I knew I needed an oil change. And I knew I needed new batteries in my car fob. So one I had already, gosh, it's been a few months ago. Um, in fact, I want to say it was right after I moved into this apartment. I had a warning that my battery needed to be replaced. So I'm the only one that drives my car. I'm the only person that has a key to my car. So I just put the key fob up and grabbed the other key fob. And the batteries in both of them are about the same. And but I've only been using one continuously. So when I grabbed my other one, I've been using it for several months now, and then I got a needs battery replaced on that. So long story short, I took my key fobs into the dealership and they replaced the batteries, and then I asked the gentleman that was helping me if I still had a free oil change because when I bought my car, I got 3 free oil change and it's a whole other bunch of things that um, was because I bought a new car from them. So he pulled it up. He said yes, and I asked him to schedule it. He could schedule me on Saturday. So I was at the car shop on Friday, very short period. Saturday, I was at the car dealership getting the oil changed, tire rotated, my 20 and 30,000 mile. All of those inspections, all those things caught up from where I was traveling, and I didn't want to go to another dealership. So I got all those things done, and then they told me I needed to get brake pads. So I was back in there on Wednesday. It's just been a very appointment heavy couple weeks. And then I wanted to work at the coffee shop. So I went on Friday and then I went on Monday. So I've been getting things done, and I've been getting out of the house. So I have stuff in my bag that and I'll leave that video up, that I have shown you my Lands End bag that I'm using as my planner bag. So I've got things in there. So I don't have that master list here that I can put my hands on. But what I did, because I had all this time in the car dealership, I sat down and I pulled out it. You'll notice I've got the notebook insert that I just received from Sterling Ink. And what I did was I created my permanent list for things that I do when I'm cleaning. This is the list for the kitchen. I put everything that we had, and as I'm working through these processes, I left room to add more to this list. So I did not put my breakdown weekly, monthly, all that on this one. So when I flip over, I've got my daily, my weekly, and my monthly. Then I went to my living room. I have plenty of room here. I can add at the bottom of the list and carry the list over for my living room. So I went ahead and did my daily, monthly, yearly, the whole bit on this one. So I have been making these lists. This is my bathroom, my closet, and my bedroom, and my office. So all of that has been done. But the thing that I sat down and did, and this is where I need to work the hardest, I believe, in my mind, this is where I need to work the hardest, is, well, first, I, I made up my time frame here so that I could just go to this page and say, Tuesday is my kitchen and living room. Wednesday is my bathroom and closet. Thursday is my bedroom and office. Tidy up, do all daily chores from list, work in the monthly chores. I'm going to try to start working in monthly chores every week. So I'm not doing all my monthlies on one day. So that is the way I'm going to handle that. And then before I go to bed, I'm going to recheck all the areas and do whatever needs to be done on a tidy up before I go to bed. So that is kind of defining those things that I'm going to do functionally for myself. But the place that I really need to work on, and I need to start with self-care. I I'm old school, guys. I'm old. I'm not old, but I am the new middle age, so I'm 60, guys. Um, and so I was not brought up to have self care, by meaning that I prioritized my self care. Um, my mom didn't wear makeup. I never wore makeup. I did have a couple of jobs that it was a requirement that I had to wear makeup. But it's not a requirement in the healthcare field, and that is where the majority of my work life has been. My husband didn't care whether I wore makeup or not. In fact, he preferred when I didn't wear it. Occasionally, I would wear makeup when we would go out. That's basically the only time I ever wore makeup. So I never prioritized that for myself. For a while, I prioritized skincare, and then I kind of just left that to the side. So in this last year, I've been trying um, to work that back in for myself. So there are things that I have just kind of let go by the side. So I'm trying to make a list for my self care and what I need to prioritize. And that's what's going to be my next part. But I also worked in some of my self care things into my AM routines and PM routine. And this looks like a lot, and we'll go over it real quickly. So I have make my coffee. I don't know why, but I have tried multiple times to fix my coffee the night before and just go in and turn it on the next morning. I I just don't like to do that. I don't know why. I just don't. That's just not me. I would prefer to get up and do my coffee, get my cup ready, and then go do other things while my coffee is perking. Um, so I make my coffee, I make up my bed, I'm fluffing my pillows, and I'm straightening to throw it into the bed. I will clean off the top of the nightstand because what I typically do, because I know if I get up after I've already gotten into bed, it's going to wake me up, and then I've got to go through that whole process of going to sleep again. So I will have a bottle of water on my nightstand. Um, Sometimes I will have Kleenexes where, guys, my allergies are terrible. Just leave it at that. It's just terrible. Or I might have be in bed and have a snack. It's not a good thing to have a snack in bed, but sometimes I do. While I'm playing on my iPad or looking at a video or whatever. Usually it's popcorn, guys. I'm gonna be real. Um, so that kind of stuff will end up on my nightstand, and I clean that off first thing in the morning. I take my meds and my vitamins. I go in and I fix my cup of coffee. And while I'm drinking my cup of coffee, that's when I do the tidy up of unloading and loading my dishwasher. So it's usually not loading it at that point, but that is the point where I am unloading it from the last wash of the day. So I will do that. I try to go in and do wash my face, use my serums and my lotions, all that stuff. I brush my teeth. By this point, I've already finished my coffee, get my hair fixed, and I'm forcing myself to get dressed. Um, and then I sit down and I check my planner for what I have scheduled um, for that day, and I check my emails. So that has been my biggest thing, is to not just say I'm going to have a routine. Guys, when you're retired and you don't have any plans for the day, it is so easy to wear your PJs until 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. That's not normal for me. So I want to get out of that habit really quick, because I have noticed I have started doing that in the last few weeks. And so I want this to happen within a certain time period and not drag it out, and I want it done. I've got down here wash hair and I have a 2 week schedule. So for me, I will wash my hair Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, Monday. Yes, that'll go into the third week, but it shows that I'm doing it 3 times within a week. So my hair is very dry, and if I wash it more than that, I have a frizz mess, guys. I'm just going to say that. My PM routine is check my doors, make sure they're locked, turned off all the lights, take my meds and my vitamins. I do the reverse. I wash my face and do my lotion serum, do my body lotion. I've got body lotion up here too. I think I just skipped over some stuff. But anyway, my body lotion, because I'm really bad for not doing body lotion all over my body. So brush my teeth. I always put my hair up on top of my head, because if I don't, it's going to be a crazy mess the next day. I check my planner one more time. I do my journaling. I get a bottle of water to go by my bed. I try to limit the amount of time I'm on my iPad. Then I will set my timer for my Audible that I'm going to listen to before I go to sleep. And I also pick up and put clothes in the washer. So before I go to sleep, I'm usually wearing a pair of socks, and I tend to take those off and throw them on the floor beside the bed. Now, my goal is to take those socks off, put them in the washer, because I don't have a clothes hamper, because I don't need it. It's just me, guys. The wash machine's right there in the closet. I just throw everything in the washer, and then I sort it when I wash. Um, but that's my PM routine. And so I know this is going to expand, but my thought is, if I just put AM routine down and PM routine down, I can pick and choose what I want to do. So if it is written in concrete, then I am more apt to follow what those routines are. So I have been working on getting this book of lists, what I call my list, done. There are more things that I want to get ready for this book, and eventually, I hope this is going to be my reference guide. I don't know what to name it. I think a list book is kind of not right. I just think it should be my reference guide. That being said, that has been what I have been working on for the last couple weeks, is to get this going and add to it during the day when I need to. Then I also, because I was there two different times for a long period of time, I pulled out my notebook from my N1H notebook. No, this is just an N1 size notebook. And I decided I'm going to always have this in my planner. And so I decided, because they have not yet put the thick notebooks back in stock on sterling ink. And my goal is to get another sterling ink notebook, but it's going to roughly be about this same size. So my concern, this is how I'm going to use my planner. My concern is, if I put two of them, is this cover going to work? Because as you can see, I've got room to put stuff in there, but I don't want it stretched to capacity either. So I thought some of the things that I want to keep in a permanent notebook that will travel from one planner year to the next planner year, is I would go ahead and start setting that up. And I was like, where is my book? Let's go ahead and put that back in there. So what I decided to do is to utilize this, which will always be in my purse. And I went ahead and put down things like my quotes that I keep adding to over the year. So I have those here. As you can see, I've got room for another couple pages. And then I put several pages here. Then some favorite songs. And I think I'm also going to go ahead in this notebook and do my, I don't have it. Do I have it right here? No. To do my bucket list, my travel bucket list. And I think I'm going to put that in here. And my thought process is, I'm going to have this with me. This is a notebook that I was going to use, and I'm still going to use it that way, is that I can do social media stuff in the front half of this book. But guys, do you know how long it's going to take me to use this notebook? So there's no reason why I can't go ahead and put some permanent list in here. So the other thing that I have is a blank sterling ink booklet that's a notebook. So for anything that I need specifically for social media that I don't want combined with anything else, it can go in here. And then this is going to be used kind of like a notepad, kind of do my scripts for my videos and things like that. Oops, haven't gotten there yet. And things like that. So this is going to be kind of like a commonplace catch-all planner. So that is the reason I have decided to go ahead and do that. Now, when I do get my thicker notebook, the 272-page notebook, I may duplicate the list in that. So if I decide from one year to the next to go to a different size, I will have it in two places, because I'm not, probably will continue to use the N1H booklets right now. That is my thought. Just working in them right now, getting them ready. I have found that is I really am enjoying it. So I think it's going to fit staying in here. My concern is the B6 size. So that is the only second guessing that I've done on my planner selections so far. And so I'm going to do a B6 planner with a notebook and do the same duplicate things that is in my, and I know it's ridiculous to do that, but I'd rather sit down and do it now while I'm not using it as a planner, and go ahead and get it in both places in case I change my mind. So this is kind of like the backup if I change my mind from the B6. So that is what I have been working on. Now, I also thought, I sat down and I pulled out my planner or my mild liners, and I did a color code to the side of um, how I want to color code my pages so that I can look and see color wise. I don't even have to read. I can just look color wise and see. I need to make sure I post the $2 Tuesday, and this one is the subscription box. The last day to order your subscription box is the 10th. So I've posted it. I'll post it on the 10th again. But I have not done Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I haven't gotten to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And to be honest, the dealership's going to call me for a warranty item on my car either today or tomorrow and schedule me. So I could be scheduled for Friday or I could be scheduled for Saturday to go back in, and my windshield washer, the reservoir, they found a crack, and it is warranty because it was the seam of the crack that has kind of split open. So, I don't know when that's going to happen. Sounds like I've been in there a lot for my car. Guys, there's nothing wrong with my car. I had deferred the maintenance on my car and I'm just playing catch up. And I just figured let's just get it done in 1 week and be done with it. So hopefully that will happen either Friday or Saturday. I don't know which. So until I do, I am going to leave it at the way it is now. So right now it is, I have no idea what time it is. Let me see. It is 11:57. So I know I started between 10:30 and 11 this morning, and I'm going to go till 3. And that is the allotment time that I have allotted myself. Now, guys, I'm going to show you. I don't know if I kept it or not, kept any or not. So I am going to look in here and see. I think I might have given them to my sister, but I had the watercolor swipes. I know I have them in some of my freebies, I'm pretty sure, like these. I had these colors, like watercolor little swipes that, like here they are with the days of the week on them. And I had them in every colorway from Amanda. And I got rid of them because I really truly wasn't using them. But now, here's some more of these little color swatches. And so they kind of go with these highlighters. It's like this one kind of goes there and this one can go there. So as you can see, some of these swipes do match these really closely to these highlighters. But what my thought process was, because as you can see, I will do them on the matte or on the washi rather paper. So I can't draw straight, and that's going to annoy me. So this is what my thought process is going to be, is that I get those swipes again and I can color code my pages based on those. And I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I can still use my highlighters. Sometimes use the highlighter, sometimes use them, and sometimes use a combination of both, and figure out what's going to work best for me. I'm going to tell you, when I look at this makes me happy. And I think that is going to help me. I'm not always going to have my list over here. Going back to my little list thing, I think what I will do is do a highlighter swatch with the watercolor swatch, um, and make a color code page for my how I'm going to do that in my new planner. Right now, we're still in the experimenting phase of this project. But as you can see, I have a lot of room at the top. And so part of me is thinking, well, you could put some decoration up there, Wendy. Or maybe you utilize that for something that's not time specific. And so I'm thinking that's probably where these yellow, what I'm calling reminders and FYIs, I think they're going to go to the top. I think that's where I'm going to put birthdays, holidays, FYIs that are for me, or things that I want to post for social media. I think that's where that's going to go. So I'm kind of developing that right now. Now, that being said, when we look at the spacing in my new planner, I'm still going to have that room because I still have time, date, stop spots. So I'm not going to get up until 8 o'clock. Between 8 and 10 is my morning. I'm still going to have this spot up here. It's just not going to be as much. But I don't need as much to document holidays, birthdays, um, FYI, and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my thought process. And I'm going to bed between 8 and 10. So that still gives me a little bit of room down at the bottom. So I think this is going to work for that. And we'll see. If not, then I will go to the A5 core, because then it would be the same size. Guys, I know that's another long video, explaining to you um, what I'm going to be doing. I was looking at my list, and it's telling me that I need to order that notebook. And it's just a reminder. And then this is telling me how I'm going to use each page, because I want to use every aspect of that planner. So I do want to start using some of the things that I've never used in the planners before. So I'm trying to gear myself in that direction. So right now, I feel comfortable with my cleaning routine and what I need to phase into this planner, because as you see here, you don't see that I've done a shower or anything like that. So what I am going to do is I am going to order some custom stickers from Amanda, and I am going to order those swatches so that I can have them. I'm probably going to look at the first, to be real, is to get um, the colorways that I can match these to. And I have enough of her colorways that I can figure out which ones that I need. I don't believe I need all colorways. I just think there's a few of the colorways that I need to be able to utilize those swatches. So yeah, that's what I am going to do. And so this week I will, on tomorrow, number one, I want to go up to Coates, which is where my extended family is, and I want to check on my mom's place, or not her place, but I want to go by the cemetery to visit with her. And I want to stop by my aunt's. We had a death in the family this week. Unfortunately, I couldn't go because my car was being, number one, my car was being fixed on Wednesday. And even if I had moved that appointment till Thursday, I still was told not to drive my car. My brakes were that bad, guys. They had not made any noise. You know how they squeak or squeal or whatever. I had not even had any indication that there was anything wrong with my brakes. My car was driving just like it's always done. But they did show me, they do a video of your car and they show you the actual measurements and everything. And he said, I wish I could go ahead and take the time to do them today. I really don't want you driving this car. So there's no way I could go up for the funeral. And I am so upset that I could not go up for that funeral. So I am thinking that either Friday or Saturday I will go up. So if I don't hear back today from the car dealership, I probably will plan on going up there on Friday. So that is my game plan for this week. The weekend, guys, I'm going to start not scheduling my weekends and figuring out on the weekend what I want to do. Now, if I know I want to go out and meet friends for dinner or something like that, then I will schedule it. But I think if I prioritize Monday through Friday, getting things done, that's going to free me up on my weekends to do what I want to do. So I feel like I am tackling this functional planning, and I think by time blocking and using the colors, I think that's going to help. And I think that puts it more into, if I look at this page and it's Tuesday, I'm going to say, oh, I need to post the $2 Tuesday. And if it's Thursday, I need to post the sub box or whatever. So I also see right in front of my face, it's pink, it's an appointment, and those kind of things. So I think that's the best way for me. And it, like putting my trash out. I think that's just how it's going to work better for me. Now, you don't have to color code. You can just time block. You don't have to time block. You can schedule and plan any way you want to do. This is my attempt at functional planning, trying to figure out what's going to work for me. And guys, this seems to be working. So we'll see. This is the first time I have used it this way. And I think next week I'm going to go ahead and look at what I need to get done for next week. And I think I'm going to go ahead and try to sit down and color code it. That being said, I want to use this kit for this upcoming week. And I could color code by using, I only have 3 colors, but I could color code using my stickers that are on here. So between that and my highlighters, I could probably get away with a color code and see how that works. That might be an option. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are trying out some techniques to see what works for you, because what works for me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. So leave me a comment down below. Have you gotten your planners in? Who did you order them from? And how are you going to use them this year? Are you going to do more decorative planning? You can do more functional planning, or are you going to be a list maker? What are you going to do? I'd love to hear from you. And so guys, until next time, bye-bye.